All right. I would say the most anticipated episode, at least that I've been wanting to do for a while. We have the infamous Sebastian Polanco. Bash.
Why you guys say his whole name like that, bro? None of the police.
Sebastian, say hi to everyone.
How's it going, y'all?
You guys may or may not be able to understand him, but
put subtitles.
He has a very heavy accent.
We're trying to get our budget up, put some subtitles on the bottom of this video for Sebastian. At least when he gets drunk and he starts speaking Spanish.
Mm-hmm. You guys won't understand him when he starts speaking Spanish. So, Bash, I'm happy you're finally here, dude. We're gonna just, I don't know if you've heard the other episodes, but we're just gonna get drunk and just share stories, talk about whatever comes
like
to mind.
Every day.
Yeah.
For real.
All right. So, Sebastian, you're originally from Puerto Rico.
Fuck you, Memo. I hate you.
No, actually, you're from Venezuela, right?
Yep.
So, I was gonna ask, how was it moving from Venezuela to the United States?
Thank God.
I know. God bless America, first of all. It was a pretty big deal, coming here. First of all, I was tired of getting everything 3 years after y'all did. Y'all got the iPhone. We get it, y'all get the iPhone 4S, and then we just get the
You're
first
still on the Nokia.
Second of all, just a lot of hood stuff over there.
Yeah.
And
It's
no
and
money.
for those of y'all that don't know about Venezuela, it's a very bad place to live.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And
How was your childhood, though? Your childhood wasn't that bad.
no.
Yeah, dude,
But
okay.
now, that's why I said thank God, because now it is a very bad place to live.
That's true.
I can only imagine, and I know I wanted to wait a bit to start to talk about it, but I'm just going to go ahead and ask about it now. Since Jose brought up your childhood, you had a monkey when you were a kid, and I'm jealous about it.
I had 2 cappuccinos and then 4 TT monkeys.
That's fucking crazy.
You act like that's the most, erotic animal that he had.
You had more erotic animals?
Yeah.
Like what?
I had a baby
Motherfucker had like an
tiger.
alligator. And
You had an alligator?
Yeah. I had the small crocodiles. I went from Florida. And man, I had swans, a lot of swans. I had loros, parrots. I guess that's what y'all call it here.
The fuck?
I had, what are those big turtles called?
Snapping turtles?
Tortoises?
Tortoises, yeah. And then
Snapping turtle?
I had iguanas. And then I had a bunch of dogs.
I just thought him having a monkey was crazy.
And which one was your
this nigga had a
favorite?
whole zoo in his house.
Which one was your
the
favorite?
monkey, because he would run around.
Which one?
Babali. He would grab the necks of the chickens and he would ride them,
He would ride the chicken.
Is that the
Yeah.
finger monkey?
No, that's a cappuccino one.
Did you train him to do tricks or anything?
No, because that motherfucker would get his leech out. He would go run into the hotel we had over there.
Yeah, talk a little louder,
next
Sebastian.
door. Sorry. He would go to the next door hotel and he would just fuck with the kitchen and make a fucking
Monkey
scene all
trouble.
the time. Yeah. And yeah, it was pretty savage, I guess.
What was the biggest difference moving to the U.S.? I'm guessing you probably saw TV and thought, damn, this is probably what the U.S. is like. And then you got here and it was nothing like on
Internet.
The internet was the biggest thing for you?
Yeah, you don't have to go 30 minutes to try to connect to the internet, and then you will go to Messenger and say, hey, and then wait 10 minutes, and it was send this, so by then I could have been dead, nobody would know,
Josh words right.
Adult movies,
Yeah,
Are better or worse over here?
Dude, you couldn't have me as a child. I was, I was a Boy Scout.
You're jerking off to the pictures because the video won't load.
It wouldn't load, bro. And I had the, those Nokia racers.
You only get like
So you had a phone, a computer, all that shit?
Yeah, we did. But it would take forever, and it would link through the fucking home phone, so you couldn't use the phone whenever you were using the computer.
Yeah, we had those. It was
Yeah.
called dial-up.
Yeah, but I'm sure y'all had it like 18 years before it got to South America. But it was fun. I ran around the jungle a lot. had a good friend.
I've heard most of these stories before. If y'all don't know, Sebastian's my best friend. And he used to live in a jungle. Tell us about your dad, or your stepdad, and the work that he did, and how y'all
came here, right?
Yeah, because of him.
He sold gold and diamond, and everybody there had like mines and stuff they could sell, and it was cool because he would give me like side jobs, like watch this while I go run this errand or whatever, and I would get paid a lot of money. And pretty much on the mine that we had, everybody there knew me. So every time he would give me money, he would send me to go buy alcohol or cigarettes for them because they were too drunk. And then me and Luisa, me and whoever my other friends were, we would go there and ask. We would get shit-faced because they wouldn't ask us for ID anymore. But pretty much the dictatorship of Chavez decided to take the mines for a country and then give them away to Russia and China as presents. And pretty much the army had to come to every mine or any rich person in that little state and force us out and lose everything we had. And you know,
and he's American, right?
Yeah. No. Luis is American.
No, I'm talking about your stepdad.
My stepdad, yeah, he's American. Yeah, my great grandfather, or my stepdad's great whatever grandfather, was the ambassador of the United States in Venezuela. So that's how we got legal. So thank God, pretty much, little kid, didn't like that nigga ever, but I had to take his last name for me to be able to be legal. And
wait, so Polanco's not your last name?
No.
What's your actual last name?
La Guarda.
La Guarda.
You really didn't know any of that?
No, I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that he had another last name.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he's your stepdad. Do you want to talk about your actual dad real quick or no?
My real dad's last name is Salazar.
Salazar?
But no, he just not in the picture.
Yeah. Did you ever meet him or no?
Yeah. A lot. Not a lot. Like maybe like
you knew who he was
times.
And stuff, yeah.
Yeah, 20 times out, but he was just a businessman, and he didn't want to. My mom didn't want me be near him because of what he did or
who he was.
Who he was. This short, let's put the short story. I turned in to be kind of like a mini version of him in the United States.
Which we will not talk about.
Yeah, don't incriminate yourself, Sebastian.
Yeah,
unless you want to.
Ain't nobody trying to talk about it.
I said earlier, Memo was the police, so calm down.
Sebastian snitching on himself, dude.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool, coming to the United States. Everybody that lives outside of the United States, has a dream to at least see it once in their life.
What's the biggest change? I know you said internet, but what's the biggest thing that was like...
The language.
The language?
Adjusting to the language? Going to the central market, going to Walmart and just see aisles and aisles and aisles of cereal. And the sensation, I came here and I was pretty much done.
You're like, all I gotta do is put this shit in my pocket and it's free?
Exactly, it was cool and
How old were you when you
moved here? Soldiers with guns.
15, yeah.
I'm sure it was a big change.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, and I couldn't understand anything y'all were saying. And I remember... the first week
I was one of those boys as translators.
Yeah.
Were you? They asked you to translate?
That's what I was going to say. The first week.
They're racist, dude. They just look for anyone with a Mexican
with a mustache.
Yeah. You're 14 with a mustache, come here.
So that's how y'all met?
You gotta be Mexican.
It was the first week.
That's how we met.
Yeah, the first week, it was the first week, I still remember it. I had prior friends to translate for me. But I was on the same... They put me in the same history. By the way, one thing that I do not like about the United States is U.S. history. I still failed it all through my high school years. I never passed it. I just don't get it. But
That's all we care about here in the United States.
exactly. I mean, no, I'm not being disrespectful.
No,
I just
seriously.
don't understand it.
We go through like Texas history, U.S. history over and over again. We don't really learn about anything else.
Anything else. So I got there and actually, as soon as I walked in, I don't know if you remember your brother in 8th grade, but the first thing your brother was a clown, you know, he would just be like the troublemaker. And then just the only thing I walked in, you see, I think it has the Bub's Burger hair. The diamonds were
I had
bigger.
an afro. I had the curly ass afro.
The diamonds were bigger than their ears, you know. Cause,
I had the big ass diamond earring.
and then
And I'm assuming this is when they were still like wearing baggy clothes.
yeah,
too,
so his pants was all the way to his knees, you know, because he had basketball shorts to cover everything else. But,
basketball shorts under the jeans on.
yeah,
like-
surprisingly, for everybody who knows Jose, surprisingly, I thought he was really smart in history.
I was.
Maybe because I didn't know the language
It
and I
was
had
US
no
history.
idea.
No, I was good in that. I was good at U.S. history.
Okay.
Now every subject after, and every year and every subject after is a different story. But that one class, surprisingly, I was good at.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So he wasn't your only translator, though. I know Mario, one of our friends, was also.
Cindy Preto.
I told you,
Cindy.
anybody that looked Mexican
Manny.
got to translate for this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it was crazy because, you know, middle school was really fun for me. I didn't understand anything anybody would say. We have, oh, with all disrespect, if this ever gets viral, we had this bitch named Miss Stimson, Spanish teacher at middle school, and she was really racist. And Colton, what was his name? I forgot his name. Him and Brendan Love thought were a great idea to teach me you're a jackass, and then go tell that to a teacher. And in the middle of the class, I waited for everybody to be silent, and then I said, Miss Stimson, you're a jackass. And I got ISS for a whole week, but I wasn't understanding why.
What did they tell you it meant? What did they tell you it meant?
So they put nothing. I could not understand what the fuck was saying, you know.
They just
and like,
taught him those words, and
Yeah.
you repeated it. It's like a
Yeah.
little kid, dude.
I'm a parrot, you know. So I was just repeating.
He's trying to
anything that
learn
would-
English at the same time. You can't blame the kid. Like,
But my ESL teacher explained it. Yeah,
I'm
explained
sure.
it to me, but because I had to say it, they thought that I knew it before, so I still had to stay in ISS. But everybody knew that didn't mean to. But
Yeah.
bro, in middle school, I
just-
lived in ISS.
yeah, it was.
That 1 week you got ISS, I was probably fucking in there, dude. I forget, what was her name? I remember her first name was Pam, because I called her by her first name. But I don't remember her last name.
I don't know.
But the ISS teacher, oh my god, like literally was my second home in middle school. I stayed in there constantly. What's funny is that in high school, I went to ISS like maybe twice. The whole 5 years I was there, like maybe twice I went to fucking ISS, because I would just either not go to school, or I would just like get, like every teacher and student liked me, so I would just get away with shit.
True.
Surprisingly.
But it was pretty cool, man. I mean, I enjoy it, and yeah, I would not go back to Venezuela. I like white girls. Do not send this to Ashley.
Well, dude, just make sure she doesn't click the link, dude.
I saw you say the other day, I don't know, you know, what the backstory is behind this, and, you know, rest in peace, homeboy. You said that he was one of the first kids that talked to you.
Yes.
and everything?
Okay. So that's what. See, I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of not here.
You
but
kind of faded.
yeah. Yeah. That's one of the things I wanted to say. First of all, let's take a toast for the homie. You know, passed away. A lot of people know Ben Francis, obviously. Who could not remember him? He was one of the funniest and goofiest, especially
Big
in
Ben.
Every time he would have a 2XL, either a blue shirt or a red shirt,
blue Nike
basketball, and sandals.
And flip-flops.
Sandals. Yeah, flip-flops.
He had the
That's it.
open-toe shoes with black socks on every day. This nigga was the same thing.
Every day.
His face red as shit.
Yeah,
every
red
day.
as fuck. Yes. You know, it was cool because I met him again, and it's funny because until recently, I believe the last time was, even through Snap, when he was sending me a text, he still was till this day would talk to me as the first time he met me. You know, he would just like try to talk slow and then say things in Spanish instead of just talk to me in English.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. 'Cause I know English now, but I remember one of my favorite words that I learned is "give me money." So I would say "give me money" to, I don't know what's the population of how many people are in middle school, but you can imagine there's at least over 1,000, you would say, maybe. So I would say "give me money" to the whole cafeteria, and shit, I would eat those spicy McChickens for free. I didn't get free lunch until high school year.
Yeah.
So Ben used to always buy me chicken sandwiches, and he was really cool. You know, I'm always gonna remember him.
And you said he was the first person that talked to you when you moved here.
He
right?
was, yeah, because he was sitting on the office while I was doing the paperwork, and Anna, my cousin, had picked me up that day. She went to school earlier that day. I had to go around 9 o'clock or 10. So she had to come grab me from the office, and then Anna saw Ben, and then Ben tried to introduce to me, and blah, blah, blah. And he was one of the first.
You're like, damn, this is what Americans look like.
Yeah, I was like,
your first impression.
I would say, is that nigga wearing chanclas in the middle of fucking school? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool, you know. But it was a big change, you know. Definitely a big change.
I met you when you were a freshman in high school.
Yes.
And I remember one of the first things I said to you when you had asked me what my name. I was like, they call me Diablo. Like, I still remember this. Because it was from the Talladega Nights, where they're like, I had told Bash, there's a scene in the movie where they're like, they call me Diablo. And they're like, what does that mean? And he's like, it's Spanish for fighting chicken. So I had told Bash that my name was El Diablo.
And he still calls you that.
To this day, he'll be like,
what,
Diablo?
7 years later?
Yeah, he still calls me that.
7 years, bro. I've been here for 9 years, dude.
Yeah.
You wouldn't imagine. Time goes flying, bro.
Really?
I remember the first time. But yeah, so I met y'all. But before I met you... Oh, no, that's why I met you. No, yeah, before that, before you met me a freshman year, I remember... we didn't start hanging out until sophomore year, right? And I remember I started working at Subway. And then one day I was walking back from work or something, and I was walking to the middle of our neighborhood, and right in the corner, and then I saw you, Jose, Terry, Michael Miranda, you know, the whole squad, 30 people sitting in the fucking the outside of your dad's, what, that old blue car y'all had?
The Cadillac.
The Cadillac. Yeah. And then y'all throw me the ball and I couldn't catch because I didn't know, you know, American football is only in America, not in South America. We have soccer, so yeah, and then that's when we start hanging out.
I'm curious of what you thought about me when you first saw me.
Well, luckily, I have seen beautiful albinos before, but never one like you.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good. Because, okay, so I had met, like I said, albinos before, but every time, you know, anybody who lives in Keller, Southlake, Culver, Grapevine, the whole Tarrant County area, if you drive by Keller, you're going to see Memo in a corner. You're going to top him. A black hoodie, hats, jeans.
Walking around.
With a racer cup. 24/7 Slurpee on. But now, no, thank God. You know, but back in the day. So we thought it was a really old man at first.
You're not the only one, dude. A lot of people thought it was
yeah,
old
of
man.
course, of course. But then it started getting famous is because, you know, everywhere I would start going to see, it didn't even have to be in the hood over here. We couldn't go to the rich area, Hidden Lakes. I would see Nemo spray paint all over the walls. So,
that wasn't me though. Okay, a little backstory. Around Keller for the longest time, there was someone going around spraying Nemo everywhere, and I even got stopped by the cops several times. Like, are you the one that's spray painting? I was like, I'm not an idiot. Why would I spray paint my name?
I'm not an idiot. Why would I tell you I am? Like,
not even that, but why would I misspell my fucking name? Like
on
Nemo?
purpose, so
exactly.
You don't get charged.
No, And they're like, dude, we know it's you. And I'm like, my name's not Nemo, it's Memo.
You'd be like, my name's literally not even Memo.
Exactly. So
my name is Guillermo. So it's funny how they already know that your name is Memo.
exactly, the cops know me, but
And you wonder why. Everyone's like, who's this Nemo guy? And they're like, it's got to be that Memo guy that's always walking around the streets at night. You know, he says he's going to get candy at racetrack, but I guarantee you he's got a spray can. I remember they stopped us once trying to search us and shit, walking in the house. I was so mad. We had bags. We walked to racetrack. We were younger. And the police stopped us, turned the lights on, or not the lights, but the headlight. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, what are y'all doing? And I was like trying to go. I was walking in.
Like always.
I was probably stoned, and he was like, hey, what y'all got in the bags? Blah, blah, blah. He probably thought there was probably spray cans or something. But,
there was literally a bunch of fucking candy and
there was like
snacks.
I had like
shit.
fucking Cheetos or something like this, you know, like that shit pissed me off, dude. The police would never leave us alone. That's why we moved out for a while.
Fuck Keller police.
But
I hope they hear that.
no,
Yeah.
before we're skipping ahead though. So I met you when you were a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first met you, actually, you were against alcohol. You were against everything. You were the
He was like a good religious
yeah,
kid.
you were a goody two shoes. Like I remember
I still
Jared.
am.
I saw
He wasn't like a goody two shoes. He just wasn't into that. I mean, which
remember.
is crazy because I've heard a lot of stories of you used to, when you were way younger, you used to drink a lot.
Yeah, drinking. I was never against drinking. It was just drugs.
I didn't know that.
So
I thought
for
it was-
those,
and
I
I'm
give y'all a
still
little background
religious.
story. Y'all heard it a little bit on the last one, but I used to do somewhat of drugs. I've been, first time I smoked weed, I was like 11 years old, and I started fucking dabbling into some other shit along the line or down the road, and Sebastian was never into it, which is fucked up. Is the first time he ever took a pill was me handing it to him. I remember I needed a ride to school, and I didn't have no weed to share, but I had some hydrocodones, and I was like, hey, bro, like, I can't smoke you out, but, like, I guarantee you, like, if you take one of these, like, you'll like it. And the motherfucker fell in love, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was going to say, when I first met you, you were against everything. I remember you telling Jared and Jordan, you're like, you guys are going to hell for doing drugs and all this.
Yeah, because I was passionate about, my Lord and Savior.
Stop putting your phone so close to my phone, man.
Sorry. But, I guess I was a hypocrite, and then I realized.
Drugs are the wave.
Yeah, and then Jesus.
I want to talk
doesn't
about that
care.
story. We'll get into it later if you want to talk about it. Around the time that you met Jesus Christ.
Oh,
You-
no.
We'll get to it.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Sebastian had a religious experience. But before we get that, we already kind of alluded to it. I was going to talk about some of our drunk stories. Sebastian and I Sebastian has seen me at my worst. On one of the last episodes, Jose was like, Memo don't drink, blah, blah, blah. Sebastian has seen me face plant, knock over bunch of beers, acting an ass, like, terrible. But I've also seen Bash at his worst,
I heard
too.
a story about Memo, and I think he told me about it, but he was like, yeah, there was this girl, like,
Don't say any
went
names.
to a party. You didn't tell me her name.
Oh.
But you were like, yeah, I don't know, I was so drunk, like, I was like, hey, like, we should go to a room and fuck. And I was like, that doesn't even sound like Memo.
Dude,
like,
it's because, okay, so the backstory on that is because Tyler Reed had bought a bottle of Honey Jack, and we took a shot, and he's like, I don't
Honey
like
Jack
this.
is easy to throw.
He's like,
dude.
I don't like this.
So is
He
that
said
party that we were
yeah,
together?
it's the same
Okay,
party
I
where I
know who it
face
is.
planted. And
You gotta tell me who it is.
later, yeah. But no, he said that he gave me the bottle. He's like, Memo, I don't like this, and he gave it to me. He said that I was walking around the party 30 minutes later, stumbling with an empty bottle. That I had finished the bottle. And I was, coincidentally enough, that same night, but at a different party, Jose was also acting an ass.
Oh, yeah.
Also face planting.
Oh, dude.
Doing all this.
I didn't even bring. Did I bring that up on the last one?
I don't think so.
Okay, so they found me sleeping in the. We were at Taylor's house. They found me sleeping in the next door neighbor's lawn, no pants on, one sock, no shoes, dude. Like, it was bad. They woke me up, brought me inside, and then they caught me later. I guess I was like, I want to go home, and I started walking home. I got pretty fucking far too, because she lived in those nice houses, and then so the neighborhood's huge, And they caught me at the end of the neighborhood, fucking stumbling, walking around and shit. I don't know how I got home.
Yeah, but I've seen Sebastian pretty fucked up too. I've seen him fall at fucking Waterburger.
I'm not a cholo.
I've seen him. Yeah, he almost
I'm
got
not
into
a
it. I
cholo.
saw him got into
The infamous words.
Tell that story.
I was drunker than you. I really can't. All I can remember, I can remember was me and Jason almost.
I don't know what started the argument, but there was this dude talking shit to Sebastian, and he's like calling him Mexican. He's like, I'm not fucking Mexican. He's like, you're a cholo, like talking all this shit, and Sebastian's like, I'm not a cholo, like yelling at this guy in the middle of Waterburger. And oh my god, I don't remember the full story. I wish I could remember. I wish you would remember.
Dude, I was more
I
intoxicated.
got a 10-second video I want to show you and see if you remember this.
Oh, that's me.
You remember when you went to the party acting a fool, and you were like,
What was that at?
it was at
Alex
Homeboys down the street,
Oh,
and you were being like bad, and he jumped behind you and just started choking you up, put you to bed, because you would not fucking shut up.
Yeah, dude, you were like, you were pretty fucked up. I've seen Bash in some pretty fucked up situations. What do you think? We talked about it last episode with Terry. What do you think is the most fucked up you've ever been? Like, do you have a specific one?
Yeah, I got a few of them. Few of them that I don't remember. Most of the time, you know, one of my best friends, you know, in Venezuela, they came all the way down here. You know, my friend Luis. You know, he lives in Florida, but before that, he was staying with me for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after chilling and drinking with Jose and probably you, and I pee on him multiple times. You
Sebastian,
know,
alright. On another episode, we also did say Jose is also a piss walker.
Oh yeah,
a piss sleeper.
Definitely. But I pee on my friend 4 times.
He used to sleep in his room, on the floor, like a little.
No. So my bed was against the wall, and then I had the window behind me. Well, Luis's bed was his feet would be
It's like
facing
an L shape?
my
Like an L shape?
yeah. So his feet would be facing my head,
Mm-hmm.
but he would be against the wall too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have a clear, straight diagonal shot to my door,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to the right to my restroom. So it's not that Luis was blocking me, whatnot, or whatever. So the very first time, he was really mad. He wouldn't talk to me, and I was freaking out why he wouldn't talk to me. And then
You found out.
I find out he thought that because I had my eyes open, I was doing it on purpose, and I pee on him, and he told me no, not to do it, blah blah blah, and I kept, you know, and I still pee on him. Then the next time, I pee all over his suitcase, all his new clothes. He just bought clothes for his newborn baby, and I just sprayed that shit.
It's fucking terrible.
On New Year's also, one of my shit phase New Year's also was a part of what my parents hate me. Me and Jose weren't supposed to go the night before. No, it wasn't New Year's. It was the 24th. You know, Hispanic people like to open their presents on the 24th instead of the 25th. But since we're adapting to America, we started doing it. And that year was the first time that we decided to do it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom told me not to go hard because we were supposed to wake up at 7 a.m. because my sisters, the 2 other ones, were still believing in Santa Claus, blah, blah, blah. But pretty much the story, never, you know how it always is. Well, me and Jose never go slow. So next thing you know, we decide to go extra harder because it's fucking Christmas. Next thing you know,
And my parents were out of town.
yeah,
right?
your parents were out of town or something, and it's 6:50 in the morning, and I am walking home, and at this point, I don't remember, but I'm super plaster, and I'm walking into the house, and I don't know why again, because when you walk into my house, everybody's been to my house, you turn right
The hallway.
to the hallway, and then there's my sister's, then it's my room, then it's the restroom straight ahead. The chimney is right in front of me, and then there's 2 little hallways that you can go straight, and if you want to go to the kitchen. But I don't know how I managed, but they were all already in a circle waiting for me to come home
I like
to
where this
open
is
a
going.
present. Well, my dumbest thought was a great idea for some reason. That looked like a nice toilet. And I stepped all over my sister's. And I didn't even, like, whoop my, my thing out like normally. No, I pull my pants down like a little kid, like you seen a newborn.
Around the ankle?
Those three, beyond around. They were touching my fucking, right here, bro. Like, they were all the way down there. I guess that's your ankle. Okay. And I just peed all over the damn Christmas tree. My stepdad was furious. My mom didn't talk to me for like 3 weeks.
Wait, but you were asleep? How you were sleepwalking? I don't know. I guess on your way home?
Yes. I don't even remember, bro. There's been so many times I don't even remember getting home.
That's funny. That same day, like the next day, did you oversleep or something? Or what? Or
What we did is that I had work at 8.
And we had our dumbasses. My parents are out of town, so we have like 10 people here just for no reason, just hanging out. I guess they had
invited some random girls or whatever over. We stayed up way too late drinking.
Girls.
And
Where was I at?
You remember it was.
Where was I at?
I don't want to bring up their names and all, but it was like Allison and all.
Oh, ugh, yeah.
And yeah, for some reason, like I was planning on going to sleep early and shit. I didn't wake up until 3 p.m.
And we kept telling him to go to sleep. Remember, we're like, go to sleep. You have work in the morning.
I didn't want to because everyone else is up doing their shit. Like I was like, I want to too. I want to now too. Like, see if it was now, like I'm mature.
I wonder why.
I'm mature. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm fucking. I'm a professional at this shit. I could stay drinking until fucking 5 a.m. and still wake up and go to work. You know what I'm saying? But back then, I was new to it, and I didn't wake up until 3, no cap, like...
I remember, and you got
But
fired.
no, me and him have had some... Here in this garage alone. Like, we've thrown fists at each other.
For real?
And then, you don't know about that? We've thrown fists, like, I hit him, he hit me back, I hit him, he hit me back, and then we'll just keep drinking and talking. Like John just sat there and watched the whole thing happen. And he's just like, what the fuck? And then
what did I just watch?
Continue to just keep talking and drinking like nothing.
One of the funniest times when we were in there is when he was sitting in the chair and he's like laughing and you see the chair.
No. He's sitting in the chair. It was me, him, and Mario. He's sitting in like a lawn chair, I think. And then he like reaches over to get his 40 ounce.
It was behind.
And it's a little, it's like behind him almost. And it's a little too far away, so he starts reaching over to get it.
And then the chair just collapsed,
give up,
dude. Yeah.
They just banned it. Boom.
I was here for that. It was the funniest shit ever, dude. That was probably the funniest time. Well, I've seen him like
the one in Waterbury when I was in the ground, and I had Fanta all over me too.
Dude, no.
And
Someone sent me a video. Someone sent me a video of Sebastian laying on the Whataburger ground, and it was Fanta like all around him. Yeah. I thought it was blood. I was like, "What the fuck happened to Sebastian?" And it was just fucking soda like all around him. I was like, "What the fuck did he do?" Like he's just on the ground.
We did some shit back in the day that we shouldn't have done until we were like 27.
Oh, yeah.
No, this is before.
Was
this before you turned 21, or was this after you turned?
Yeah, this is bro. I've been on probation since I was 18. No, yeah, 18. No, 17. Yeah, so I couldn't smoke. I had my breaks, obviously everybody.
Yeah, those 3
would
months.
cheat. The 3 months I was free, then
and then go back on
the cheating ways.
You got arrested right here in front of my house.
It's smoking here and there. So
I was supposed to go out with y'all that day.
Yeah,
dude, my family saved me. Because y'all were waiting outside for me, and I'm like, bro, I'm like in the middle of watching a movie, and y'all like, just come out, like, blah, 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 and I'm like, no, like, I'll meet up with y'all after, and y'all drive like 2 houses down, boom, the cops are already coming around the corner.
If you wouldn't take that ounce, bro, I would have been so much better.
Yeah, we won't talk about that, but yeah.
Yeah, incriminating yourselves once again, and y'all call me the police.
Fuck.
Oh, I have to bleep that out later.
You're gonna get shot.
Oh my god, no, I definitely have to bleep that out. What the fuck?
Shit.
No, oh my god.
Okay. They're all the same ones over here when the house got raided. All the exact
This
same
is more
ones,
incriminating of yourselves. Notice I haven't said shit yet.
This was way back
Notice
in the day.
I haven't said shit yet. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that just happened. But I wanted to let y'all know that, people grow and, I found, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You know?
Okay,
What
now
boy
we're
I
gonna
listen
talk.
to.
Now we're gonna talk about that story. Sebastian, would you like to tell us, or do you want me to kind of give the
You
backstory?
can if you want.
So Sebastian had told me that he found Jesus Christ, but he didn't find Jesus Christ like how normal people usually find Jesus Christ. He found Jesus Christ on a acid trip.
And Molly and acid trip.
It was a Molly and acid trip. Okay, so tell the
Candy
story.
flip.
Tell us the story of how you met God.
I was hanging out at my homie's house. Jose couldn't hang out or something. He was just being lazy. He didn't want to hang out. And I decided that it was cool to... I had this mediocre Molly's. And we weren't feeling anything. I was drinking and shit. But that's because we were so impatient. And we didn't have money for weed and shit. Next thing you know... I had lost this pack of acid for a really, really, really long time. I couldn't find it. And I was going through my backpack once, and then I found it. So I look at my friend, and I was like, dude, I'm just popping right now, too. And we were like, all right. So he took 2 hits, and I took 3 hits or something, and then immediately I want to say the Molly, and then 20 minutes passed by, the acid kicked in, and I lost my actual vision, and I was tripping really, really hardcore. I couldn't see anybody, but my thoughts and my just pretty much went to a different universe. And pretty much to short it, I went to hell, I came back, I saw everybody die, my family die. The whole world, how it's connected, and it was really weird, really detail and stuff. And yeah, that was 3 years ago, and then I came back to reality. My friends, to a point, my friend had to grab his girl, and his girl got one of our friends. They all live in that same neighborhood, and they were contemplating. I was in that trip, and I was gone, and I was just keep saying Jesus, Jesus, and I was sweating. I had fever. I was convulsioning, but pretty much. They all thought, this is it. We're not trying to get in trouble. He can die. They were contemplating to drop me off in the hospital and take off. But they just waited. And then we went to racetrack, and I started drinking water. And then I got naked in racetrack. And Amber was working there. And, she kind of gave me caffeine, more water, something to eat. And, yep. Since then, that was 4 years ago. Since then, I have not taken any psychedelic drug. And I never will.
And that was too intense.
That shit would change you, bro.
Yep.
The first time I did acid, oh my god.
I told you were going to feel it. You thought it was a great idea to go to sleep. This dumbass.
Alright, so I don't know if I can get in trouble for this. Fucking the guy I was buying from, you could ask Sebastian. This is some good shit, bro. Fucking, this shit will have you fucking a 400-pound girl, and she feels 90 pounds, no cap. And the guy that I was getting it from threw in 5 hits of acid for free, and said, "Hey, this is some really good shit, blah blah blah. I don't know if you fuck with it, but try it out. Let me know how you feel, and if you like it, you could always come and shop." And I had it forever, never even thought about taking it. Then randomly, I'm drunk, blah, blah, blah. My friend hits me up. I gave him a free tab for free. And he's like, "Hey, bro, you want a trip tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't got work until the afternoon the next day."
Before that, this is when, me and your brother have the apartment. So it's half-half. I'm telling him, "Hey, bro, I'm kind of sober right now. I don't think it's a good idea. I think I wasn't drinking because I had to go see... Was it that I had to go see my probation?
I think you were drinking, you just weren't that drunk.
I wasn't that drunk. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
And
I was drinking,
was.
yes. And I keep telling him.
And I wasn't drunk, but I've been drinking beers, you know.
Yeah,
like,
and Jose wanted to do something else. And, you know,
I
everybody...
was just like, why not? Like, you know, I've never done it before. And I've always said, like, if I do it, like, I want to be in, like, a comfortable-ass spot. And it was our apartment, you know? And I was like, then nothing bad could really happen here besides, like, jumping off the third-story balcony. Nothing bad could really happen at our own place. Or catch your
shit on fire. And what happened the next day?
But, you know, the thing that sucks is that I took it at, like, 12:30 in the morning, you know, so after midnight, it didn't really hit us until, like, 1 something. I'm up until the whole day, next day, you know what I'm saying? I had to give a girl a half an ounce of weed for free for her to cover me, because I'm already on my last strike at work. So I couldn't fucking miss, but I had so much bad anxiety the next day. Cause like with that like lack of sleep and everything together, like the come down was horrible. Mm-hmm. But dude, the trip was amazing. I was watching porn without jacking off. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just so cool to look at, dude, and shit. Like you know, cause I was horny as fuck. But like I mean, you know, there's no one around and shit. Like what am I supposed to do? Like,
real quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. One thing, when you're tripping and having sex. Feels really, really good.
Exactly. Like bro, my body felt so amazing. Like everything about me just felt fucking great. And it was some good ass fucking shit, dude. And yeah, I just stayed up. The only thing that kept me like sane was that ugly ass fucking dog Bubbles. Cause I mean he chilled with me the whole night. And I knew like I was like, alright, if you know, Bubbles kept me like intact with reality, because I was like, I know this dog is perfectly fine, you know, so if he's acting perfectly fine, I know this will end eventually, and all that blah 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 bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So I just made sure I kept that dog next to me the whole fucking time, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But God, I can't even explain to you. So we had this was December, we had the Christmas lights, you know, around the apartment at the top, and then we had the stripper pole in the living room. We had wrapped lights around the whole pole. That was our tree. And, you know, so looking at that already, it was just fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. And I can't even begin to explain how I felt, bro, but it was one of the best and worst experiences I've ever had.
The worst thing is because I'm waking up the next day.
That's like Fear, Loathing in Las Vegas. You know when he wakes up the next day? You see them there, right? Mm-hmm. He wakes up the next day, the whole place is trashed and shit. Mm-hmm. And he's looking around, freaking out, dude.
And then one of our friends is... First of all, they hotbox the apartment. He did. Hotbox the apartment because he was so lost and he couldn't get out of the sofa. And he did not, like, he could not go anywhere or whatever. He smoked cigarette after cigarette in my fucking...
In the living room.
And I wanted to kill Jose for that. And
but he'll our friend will back me up for this whole time. Like, over and over again, as many times we went on the balcony and smoked a cigarette, he kept asking, he's like, bro, let's just fucking stay inside. Let's just smoke them inside. And I would say over and over again, like, dude, don't. Like, I was like, I don't care how fucked up I get. Like, I'm not going to allow that. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until, because he was having some problems, you know, with his stomach and shit and tripping. So he spent a lot of time in the restroom. So after, like, 45 minutes of him being gone and I'm starting to peak, I just went to my room, locked myself in there, and tripped by myself with that damn dog, dude. And he just, I guess, you know, I could hear it, you know, like, I guess he thought I went to sleep or something, but there's no way I could sleep. He started fucking, like, I could hear him falling over everything, you know what I'm saying? He's like a zombie, is what it sounded like, because he's trying to open my door and it's locked. And he's like pounding on it, like trying to open the door and shit. And I'm just looking over at the door. Like, I'm looking over at the door like, this nigga a cop, like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
that's weird. Obviously, that's for pharmaceuticals too. Because, see, I didn't even wake up. I took an Ambien with, you know, me and my girlfriend. So that's why we did not wake up until the next day. But yeah.
When you woke up and the house was trash?
Yes. and it smelled like
It was
Waffle
bad.
House.
It just.
It smelled like Waffle
I'm about to
House.
say at 2 a.m, but Waffle House smells like that 24/7. So yeah, it smelled really, really bad.
I was mad at that too, and he felt so bad because like he didn't sleep at all either. So I walk out and see him, and we're talking about it, and I'm like, "What the fuck did you do, dude?" And then Sebastian walks out right after. I guess he hears us talking, and he's like, "Bro, did you really just smoke inside my fucking house?" Like, that was a bad fucking night. It was a good but a bad night. But yeah, it was fun. Memo, you've never even experienced with anything like. What's the
With
hardest
acid?
drug you've ever done?
Weed, I guess. I don't know.
Fag, I've been trying to convince you to do.
You never even done
cocaine
like
for the longest
cocaine?
time.
No, there was once when I was like, yeah, dude, let's fucking do it. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to stick to my tequila. I'm cool.
He said he was gonna do it.
Yeah, I was like, let's
He
fucking
wanted
do
to
it.
roll too.
It's funny because if he,
I wanted to roll too, but
if he
that's
did
what I said.
cocaine while he was drunk, there'd be no turning back, dude. If he saw anyone with it ever after, and he's fucked up on that tequila, he would be bumming hits after. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Bro, it's so annoying.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know he's drunk.
And when that was my whole thing back in the day. We were like,
You know what I mean? Bro, remember, shut the fuck up, bro.
yeah, that was.
Who wants to order pizza? Remember, you just ate
No, okay, so
4 large pizzas.
That was
Y'all
my-
pay me $1 for each. And
wait. That was my whole thing. Where back in the day when I'm like, well, still now, but I'll be fucked up. Be like, I'm fucked up when you hear the door knocking and it's like a pizza guy with 4 pizzas. That's how you know I'm fucked up.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
you sober.
Yeah.
Bro. What are you talking about?
No, the sad part is you think there's 4, there's 4 large pizzas for, the 5-10 people there. No.
The crew.
It's
charges
you-
tax in
yeah.
every slice.
So it's two for y'all's family, 1 for him, and then the other one, it's like, okay, well, y'all can have 1 each. And if y'all are 10, y'all better split 1.5 each. Because y'all need to leave me 5 more over here. I'm like, damn, bro.
Oh my god, yeah, definitely be doing that. Taxing people for pizza.
But yeah, it's been, everybody has their crazy trips. But you gotta grow out of it,
Yeah, well, I'm glad we were able to get Sebastian on here. It was you were supposed to be the first guest, motherfucker. And you just had to run off to Florida.
Yeah.
How was your Florida trip, real quick?
Bro.
I would have done the same thing.
It was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. If anybody has gone to Florida or is going to, if you have gone to Universal,
So
know
what city
that
were you
shit.
in? Where did you stay?
Orlando, Florida. The Four Seasons. I was inside. The Four Seasons is one of the biggest resorts inside of Disney. So I had all the parks around me. This I would say this is crazy. So we went there and my girlfriend's friends they work for the Four Seasons. So we got hooked up. It was one of them of his birthday and we went to Orlando. And I'm ignorant as it is. I think fucking La Quinta Motel or Motel 8 where I used to go, trap back in the day
Yeah.
with a jacuzzi inside and you can smoke cigarettes. I thought that was luxury. Well, no. I never seen luxury before. It was like, picture the Beverly Hills and then in the middle of the Beverly Hills is the resort because they have a community in there too. And it was really cool because they give us a suite and, we got a really, really good, super stupid deal that nobody will ever get the deal that we got unless you work in the Four Seasons and you can get that deal. But, so the suite that we had, I forgot what it's called. It's View Park. So they call it View Park. There's a golden shower that we were supposed to get. And then the View Park is the fancy one. And then there's the presidential. By the way, the presidential, bro, doesn't even have a price in the website. So I wonder, it's like a varning old word, bro. It's like stupid. But we had this last one, we got it super cheap. So the View Park, we're actually viewing all the parks. And every night at Disney, in each park, at night, starting between 8:40 to all the way up, they will throw fireworks. So you can see all the fireworks around the suite. And Universal is really, really cool. First of all, you know I'm retarded with movies and stuff, so I don't know exactly, like, what's Universal or what's Disney movies or blah, blah, blah. But I went to the Universal, and then, you know, I saw the rides. They were really, really cool. It was hot as fuck. But, you know, I haven't gone on a vacation for 8 years. I haven't left Tarrant County for 7 years because I couldn't go anywhere. So it was a really nice experience. If you're loaded, please go to the Four Seasons. Best rate ever. You have your personal slaves and everything without being illegal. But yeah, man, Florida is really cool. I like the atmosphere. It reminds me of a little Cuba or something. Because, like, it's not just like when you go to Whataburger and you see over here nothing but white people. You know, there's a mixture, and then everybody's doing their own thing, and then, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
So that's why Bash couldn't be on last week, because he motherfucker was in Florida. But, we still got about 10 more beers left. So do we keep recording, or do we call it a night?
I mean, we can still talk about so much more we haven't even gotten into.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah? Like what? What? Give me an example.
Me and Jose going to jail together.
Let's talk about your rap sheet.
My what?
Your rap sheet.
Everything you've gone to jail or court for.
Because
You have a
when
long ass fucking...
when he applied to the country club that we worked at, they handed him the application, and they were like, all right, well, they had a little, 3 lines where they're like, if you've ever been arrested, if you have a record, blah, 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 this is where you explain why. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And he literally was like, well, do you have a notebook so I can start writing down everything?
I didn't say a notebook. I said, do you have an extra white plain paper? Well, yeah, I mean, damn, you were talking about Memo being a cup, but...
What was your first charge ever?
My first charge, it was on my junior year, starting my junior year, yeah, and it was under 2 ounces.
Was this with Smooth Boy? With Smooth?
No. This is when I was going to Mitchell Lira. It was my 2 ounces. It was 2 ounces paraphernalia charge, and it was and I had $500 on cash, but they didn't charge that. I just took that away from. So those were my first 2 charges. Then my second...
I remember... Wait, that wasn't with Quentin?
No. My second charge is with the Smooth Q.
Okay.
So the second charge was me and him. He had some McDonald's, and we were behind Keller High School. And back in the day, that was like when they just started that new neighborhood. And I was, paranoid, because once you get arrested once, you're always paranoid.
Oh, of course.
So, I was paranoid, and he just parked right there. He's like, bro, it's a new neighborhoods. I come here all the time. I smoke all the time. I'm like, all right, bro. I have a grinder, and then I have a gram on the grinder. He has 7 grams. And we just started smoking, and then he got hungry and he started eating. And bro, I don't know how this cup came from behind us, but literally we looked down and we looked up and we had the cup behind us. And then...
And what'd you get charged for that time? Just paraphernalia?
The paraphernalia.
And I know y'all went to jail. I know Smooth Q got bailed out. Did you get bailed out?
Yeah, no. Smooth Q got bailed out immediately. I had to sit down for like 2 or 3 days. Then I got out. Then I want to...
Is that when probation started?
The probation started the first charge.
Oh, okay.
Well, under the 2 ounces. But you know how long it take to be processed and start your probation. So I got arrested before all that. Then I started probation. And then on probation, I got arrested because I was on Xanax. And I was at Walmart. It was a point in my life that was broke. And I thought it was cool grabbing a backpack and shoving alcohol in my backpack and walking out. And, yeah, I was at
And you had to run. And weren't you in your DAP?
I was... yeah.
You were in the white line.
I was in my khakis. Yeah.
And khakis.
Yeah.
Dress shoes.
And then, bore down. And my friends at that time, they were like, I was like, well, I need a backpack. They're like, yo, I got this big backpack. Skylar, dumbass. You know how those preppy kids, they use the backpacks this big, super tiny ones. So, for some reason, I thought it was cool, and I decided to shop. It fit 2 12-packs of those Sekis in that backpack. But it literally, they showed me the pictures after, because another friend came with me. He was supposed to be the lookout with me.
It was like bulging out.
Yeah. And you can see the squares inside of those boxes. So I'm walking out, and then they blocked me in the exit.
You should have just grabbed one.
My friend, I'm blacked out. I'm bored the fuck out. My friend flew the scene, but they ended up grabbing him. I pushed the lady away in front of me, and then Dutch. Luckily, that's the only thing on there because I was on football in that time. It's the only thing. I pushed. I was a D-line and then just moved the other nigga. I start running, and then next thing you know, I got 12 people behind me, and I'm running in the parking lot of Walmart. I made it to her homeboy's Alex's house, or Alex's neighborhood entrance right next to Chili's, and then there was a fucking Nervous Hill cops coming already on my way. And obviously I matched the description because who the fuck wears in the summer? It was that night 90 degrees and I was wearing it hasn't started the summer. It was about to start. And I was wearing a white button-up shirt and khakis and it was super hot. So they pulled me over. They brought me back to the Walmart. The lady said it was me. And I got locked up. And that was the longest walk the next day. So by then I was broke, so I didn't have a phone bill. So I can only text on Wi-Fi. You remember that times? So I called everybody who I could before leaving the jail through the phone book. But nobody could pick me up. So I met this ghetto-ass nigga who stole a little girl's bicycle. He was like 30-something years old.
He stole someone's bicycle?
Yeah, Tango Blast Asian nigga. Stole the little girl's bicycle, a pink bicycle, and he was riding while I was walking right next to him. And bro, I walked 8 hours that day to get to my house. Cause I had no clue where I was at either, I didn't know like where the jail, like the streets and stuff. And I didn't have directions. And that was the second one. Oh, the third one, sorry.
We're really running down through his entire rap sheet right now.
That's what his rap.
That's what he said. The fourth one.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, that would be. I'm counting by charges or by times I get arrested. Because the first time I got charged 2 times.
Well, how many times have you been arrested? First off,
I got 14 charges.
We're not gonna sit here and run through all 14 charges.
Well, that's what he just asked.
What the fuck?
The most eventful one.
We're not gonna sit here and talk about 14 charges. What the fuck?
I'll summarize that real quick. A lot of stupid ones, blah blah blah. Main ones, GTA, and an assault charge in Keller High School.
Okay, so those are the ones you want to tell us, not every other.
Well, he just said go down to the fucking sheet. I was gonna go down to the.
No, dude. No. We'd be sitting here for like 4 hours.
Okay, so I was there for that one.
Yeah,
right,
Jose's been there multiple times.
The GTA one.
So what we happened is
Jose was fiending for the fucking bars, and I decided to go with him. And our homeboy sell us some sprayed ass shit. Until this day, he denies it. But Jose left me hanging there.
Nah, hell no. So what happened was we pull up late as fuck to school. We're sitting in the junior parking lot, like the juniors, like the other fucking parking lot, way far away from the school. And I'm rolling up some weed, and this boy's looking for some money, So he's like, I'm just gonna start hopping in some of these cars real quick, see what we can get. And I'm like, all right, you do your thing, shorty. Like, I'm gonna stay right here, and you know, like when you come back, we'll smoke, and we'll go back inside. So by the time, you know, like I rolled up a few of them, and we're fucked up, you know, barred out already. He comes back with a bunch of random shit. And you would be surprised how many motherfuckers leave their fucking car open. You know what I'm saying?
I did it for the whole year, bro.
I could say some names, too. But people don't leave their fucking cars
I just want to
open,
say
like-
real quick, I am so happy that y'all sat here and was like, Memo the cop. And you guys are sitting here snitching on
We
yourselves.
can't get in trouble for this no more.
Just snitching on yourselves.
Can we get in trouble
You can
for
still
this?
get in trouble for this. Yes, you can.
Alright, well, we're gonna have to bleep all this out. But, alright, so he hops back in the car, blah, blah, blah. We smoke a little bit. We go back inside. As we're walking, like, from the back parking lot to the school, you have to pass, like, the football fields. One of the coaches was out mowing the yard of the, or mowing the grass.
And he's
whatever.
my coach.
So he knows him off the rip. He sees us together going in. And when we go inside, I think it's already like 11-ish, 11:30. So lunch is going on. So we don't go to class. We go to lunch. We start hanging out with everyone. And this boy is walking around eating 6 McChickens or 6 spicy chicken sandwiches. But the funny thing is he's moving like 2 miles per hour like a turtle. And he's got sunglasses on. So he already looks pretty fucking suspicious. After a while, they pull us into they pull him first into the office, you know, with a backpack full of random shit. I don't know why he didn't leave him in the car, but he had everything that he had taken from cars on him. And then they pull me in, and I walk in, and on the table, he's not there, but I walk in, and on the table, they have everything spread out that was inside his backpack. And they're like, do you know why he has so many pairs of sunglasses, phones, wallets, blah, 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 like all this random shit? Like, do you know why he has so many of these stuff? I was like, bro, I have no idea. I was like, maybe he likes to, you know, switch up his outfits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea. And then I kind of got away scot-free that day.
I know, bitch.
Because I didn't get caught, like, with nothing, you know. They just saw us walking in together. But this boy had every single thing on him inside the
Yes,
school.
it's your own fault.
They tried to arrest him, then he fights off the principals and the cops and everything. That's when you went to a mental hospital, right?
Yeah, I went to a mental hospital first for like 2 months.
Wait, was this before or after you punched your principal?
That was after. That's why I went.
This is why he went.
Okay, so you punched the principal.
Yes, I punched the principal.
Fuck Mr. Brown. I think I said
Yes.
that before.
Fuck that
Mr.
nigga.
Brown. Bro, if anything, if you should be patted on the back for any of this stuff, it should be for punching Mr. Brown.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because he deserved that shit, dude.
No, I wish I would remember it.
Yeah.
Yo, you were too fucked up to even know what happened. Huh?
Yeah. They shoulda gave us
They
footage
show.
of that.
Yeah, they should see like Jose when Jose got recorded doing that stupid shit. For me, it's just a voice. Like they just recorded my.
Yeah, Jose, on the last episode, Jose told us that he was pissing in water fountains and all that shit. Did they show
that was
you
a
the
different
footage?
situation.
But did they show you the
They
footage?
show me the footage. They show my
They
parents.
show they
Oh,
show
so
my
you didn't-
parents the voice. I guess they record everything in the room, so you can hear everything. But there was not because it was
There was
in
no
the
visuals.
It was in the principal's
No, yeah,
office.
like whenever I
So the principal's office doesn't have cameras.
whenever I had like my I guess it's kind of like an interview. They sit you down with all the principals and stuff, and they determine what's gonna happen to you.
Mhm.
And I mean, it wasn't visual recording, but they pulled out the little tape recorder and they record your voice.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's when all that shit
I
happened.
probably
to you.
said some stupid shit or whatever. They won't show it to me. But
And that's when you punched out your principal and you went to the mental hospital.
the mental hospital.
How long were you in the mental hospital for?
2 months. It was
And
the
Sebastian
coolest thing
says,
ever.
bro, he's been locked up a few times. He said that is worse.
It's worse than a fucking jail. Yes,
I can't imagine.
County, bro. You don't see the sunlight. You're underground, and you're just with a bunch of
Literally mentally ill people.
Yes, we had. Shout out to Lucy. I don't know if you ever listened to me, Lucy.
She's never gonna hear this.
Lucy
Lucy is never
she
gonna
was
hear this.
60 years old, Mexican. She got an accent. She's like, "Hey, my name is Lucy," but she was schizophrenic and crazy, bro. So she would just like be talking to you and pet you, and then all of a sudden she would just rub her thing, and smell in front of you.
What?
And then ask you to have sex with her. It was crazy, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then I saw a mentally challenged guy with a deformed head break the fucking nurse window with her head because they
Break the window?
Yeah, he was just banging his head non-stop. And then the guards couldn't take him down because, you know, they're super strong. And because they were 2 minutes late on his medicine. Because they're geniuses, you know, they know when they're supposed to do everything. So people like that, they know they get ticked off when something doesn't go their way. I had an incident too because they won't even let you bring. My parents bought me a pizza because I was starving. They didn't feed me for 2 days because I was in an aggressive mode. So they would just shoot me with nutrients and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was blacked out for those 2 days after too, and then slowly they started letting me to the normal side, and they tried to bring me a pizza, and they told my parents that they couldn't bring me the pizza, so I got aggressive, and I hit the tag, and I started fighting them, and then they shoot me with booty juice.
With booty juice.
And I went to sleep for another day and a half after that too.
Damn. I remember you going.
Do you need one?
I remember you going to the mental hospital. I think you had came. I think you had came to the house like right after it happened, or like right after you got out.
No,
Yeah,
I think about
2 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I call
wasn't Jose the
everybody-
only one you
No,
got?
I call everybody. I call Jose the most because he was with me the whole time. He's my best friend, so I'm trying to talk to him.
So right now, even still, I always have my phone on Do Not Disturb and shit like that. I'm so bad at answering my phone calls and texts unless like I really want to talk to you. And he would blow me up. And it looked like a regular ass phone number. I just would never answer. And one day randomly, it was just like, for like 3 weeks, we were all like, what the fuck happened to Sebastian? You know, because, I mean, he got arrested so quick and then he went to the mental hospital and no one knew.
No one knew what happened?
So I randomly answered a phone call when he's about to get out. And I just I could hear the excitement in his voice when I finally answered. And he's just like, dude, I've been calling you for so long. Like, I guess you met like a Nazi in there to let you borrow his phone or some shit?
Bro,
what was that?
It was cool. So I met this Nazi guy. So me and him, back in the day, remember, I was kind of swole and stuff. I was athlete and,
Oh yeah, we still talk about.
I
him
was
doing
getting,
steroids.
I was just like running shit around, and the Nazi jump in, and this nigga had a swastika on his forehead, swastika all over him, and then he just,
And somehow y'all became friends.
yeah, he thought that was like, how do you say that? I was trying to be the alpha, and he was being the alpha too, and but I was so fucked up all the time because that's when they started giving me all these medicines.
Did he tell you why he was in there? Because he didn't seem like a crazy dude, did he?
Hell yeah, he did. He got me. He started talking to this girl that he met there, and now they're married. They've been married since then.
Are you serious?
Yes,
so you keep in touch with this guy?
Yeah,
Or like
no,
you
but
still know
it's
about
on
him?
Facebook, you know.
Wait,
Like,
they have a
he used to-
Facebook in there?
No, dude. Like I met, like I he at me after, you know, and he would get prescribed Xanax, and I'm a crackhead. So the nurse would give him the Xanax on his mouth because they have to give him to your mouth, and you're supposed to swallow it, and then show the nurses
That's going.
your mouth.
Yeah.
But what he did is he would pretend he would swallow it, but since he has to show them, he would put it right here between his lip and his teeth so he can show them. But he would have the Xanax here. So it was this is kind of nasty because it's kind of diluting and everything. He would just pull it out and he would give it to me and I would crush it in the restaurant.
I already don't want to hear this. What the fuck?
It's just regular shit that would happen, though.
You're just creeping out our viewers right now.
I
They're like,
mean-
what the fuck are we listening to?
I mean, that was just how it was. And then, you know.
People gotta take their meds. Like, when you're in jail, they're still gonna give you your
Yeah.
medication.
And then that was one of them. Then the one that happened, the 3 controlled substance, you know, outside of your house was the first one. Fuck Keller PD for stealing the
This is like the 5th time.
$1,500. No, I can say it. They want to charge me. Well, they stole See, that just happened. I didn't charge. They stole $1,500 from me. And then they said that I would only had $1,200 that day, but I had $3,000. So Velasquez and all of them, they got a nice, because it was literally a week before Christmas. They got a nice, bonus for them. Oh, I can't wait to see them.
I love it, dude. Y'all are snitching on yourselves. It's great.
It's not snitching. You're just telling old stories.
But
that was the last time.
Last time.
And then there was one. I mean, it wasn't a big charge, but we got a minor in consumption charge together.
Because we sucks in driving. Why would you
so the one time,
I think every time Jose's been arrested, it's been with you. Except for the last time.
No.
I think no.
Yes.
I think every time Jose's been arrested, it's been with you.
The last time it was because of warrants.
But every other time Jose's been arrested, he's been with you.
I've only been arrested with you once.
Yeah, you're right. He's been with me multiple when I get arrested. But yeah, you're right.
I've only been arrested with him once.
Yeah, with me once.
And the other times I might have been with him or something, but like...
Yeah, you were that one we blew up right here in the jank
Alright,
of the
so
car.
we picked this guy up to make a play. We go to racetrack, and then we're buying beer. And then we're swinging by around the corner by my house. And then as soon as we stop, the cop comes around the corner real quick. And Sebastian's driving. He's drunk as fuck. And somehow he doesn't smell it or he doesn't care. But immediately he walks up to the window. He doesn't ask for license or nothing. He just says, "Mr. Moscoro." He knows I'm in the back seat. Somehow he knew I was in the car. And he just asked for me specifically because I had a warrant out at the time. And he pulls me out. He starts asking me all these questions. And luckily, I'm drunk as fuck too. I do not say one word. I kept my mouth shut the whole time. Like, he was asking me for my ID, my name. He was asking me questions, and I just wouldn't talk. So he couldn't smell anything on me. Because if he did, then that would have been another fucking minor in consumption charge and all that shit too. But he was just arresting me for whatever warrant I had out. Mm-hmm. And, I guess I got lucky that time, but that pissed me off. You know, I was like, these two boys in the front seats get away scot-free. You know, we're all been drinking all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But he just straight up specifically asked for me to get out the car.
I think, you know what? I think the thumbnail for this video is going to be your mugshot, Sebastian.
It should be a compilation of all our mugshots.
This is gonna be
all the mug checks that I had. I have like 6 of them.
Exactly, I have like 4. It should just be a compilation of all of our mugshots.
Alright. Anything else y'all want to share before I cut this off? Y'all think?
Well, Sebastian has the pee, so I think we should cut it off.
Alright, well, Sebastian, I'm glad you came through with it for the episode. I think we'll definitely have another episode with you on it. Because there's millions and millions of
Español.
In Espanol, there's millions and millions of other stories we want to get to, but...
I'm going to sit that one out.
Yeah, so...
All I know how to say is, "Gáname otra chela."
So we'll definitely have you on another episode, man, but
sure.
Thanks for coming on this one. We still got more and more beer to finish, but...
This is our blood brother right here, for those who don't know.
Yes, fucking all love when it comes to this, so thanks, Sebastian, for coming on. I know you really gotta go pee, so you can go pee, and we'll cheers to this episode. And we'll see you guys for the next episode, guys. Thank you for listening. Yeah, adios.